Hey, it's Dorleen, and today we're going to be flipping through the signature number 5. If you've been joining this series, every Wednesday I've been posting a flip through of each signature of my junk journal. I've already done 4, and now we're on 5. I have one more left, which I have a total of 6 signatures. And then I'll do a final YouTube video on putting it together, showing you the cover, how I bound my journal, and also give you some tips and some supply suggestions to make your own. So here's the cover of signature number 5, and you can tell here this was all just a lot of mop up. I don't know if you can see this, but I actually put a strip of floral washi tape, and that was to hold it together. I made embellishments, which I made them into like little tickets, and you can see here I added a little mustache there and a flower there, and they sat forever. Never really did anything with them, and so when we were cleaning out some things, I thought it would be cute in the junk journal. So that's that. This is a dictionary page, and I just had again some mop up and stamped a couple of places. This was also a mop up, just glued this card on top of it. This was another mop up, but then I ended up putting white over it to cover most of the pink. This was another one, and I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to try to move that a little closer, but if you can see the crosses in there, I use my Cricut to cut out shapes. Instead of throwing out that card, that 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, I'll use it for stencils. And then I ended up doing the Bible verse and just kind of doing some black marks, and I really like that. This is just some spray. I was probably testing stuff out and needed a place to test it, so sometimes I do that when I'm trying to unclog them as well. And then this notebook paper is just, you could tell that's the seepage from that green. This was a gel print piece of paper that I just added in from my junk journal. This was part of a tag that I did at the Scrapbook Expo that I just stapled it on here. 24 is kind of a big number in our family. That was Willie Mays' number, and so it's my husband's favorite number. And I think every single one of my kids, at one point or another, on one baseball team, at some point in their lives, they were number 24. I cut card I received, and I took it apart, and then I just added it on there. There's a combination of book paper, looks like dictionary paper. There's some washi tape. Just some random scrapbooking paper. So I did the background again, put the white gesso, and then I paper pieced one. These are the Julie Netting, I want to say, paper doll stamps. I love doing those. You probably remember seeing this sunflower stamp. Apparently I really like it because it's the 3rd time I've used it throughout the junk journal. But what I've mentioned before is I'll put ink on the actual stamp and then spritz it with water and then stamp it, and you see how you get that watercolored look. I mean, isn't that fun? And then I just take a fine point pen, I think I probably just had a regular Bic pen, and then just kind of outline, kind of wiggly the shapes because I want it to be very whimsical, not exact. And I use some white to add some dimension. Journaling about the COVID. This is obviously an envelope. This is a bookmarker. I made a bunch of these at one time, and I think I sold them all, but that was one I just found the other day, so I added that in there. Here's of our granddaughter when she was first born, and so this page already had a lot of ink. You could see the colors. So what I did is I added the photos. This tag was on there too, but it was just a clothing tag, so I painted it white. Excuse me. And then I did the stamping of the daisy, wrote her name, the birth information, did a little journaling and added the love. And this is just one of my blank pages, and if you don't know what those are, you can check my other videos. And then this little thing right here was a red envelope, or is a red envelope, and then I just scraped some paint here and then tried to do a little stenciling. It turned out really jaggedy, and I don't know if you could see it, but I used a white Posca pen, which, oh my gosh, if you are in search of a good white pen, this is your best bet. Love it. And I've searched a lot. So I just highlighted the letters a little bit. I bought a buffalo plaid stamp, so I tried it out there. I mean, that's perfect, right, with the red envelope. I did a little journaling in there. And now this is the flap, right? You can imagine that. And so I took 2 of my index cards. So I just sandwiched that flap with 2 index cards. I'll flip the other one in a second. So this was one from the challenge. I just love that. Isn't that pretty? So bright. That's fun. I love these little quote stickers. That's kind of a thing now. And then here is a guitar with some flowers. That's cute. And then I had these pictures left over of my daughter. Oh, excuse me. And so I had this cardstock, white cardstock, and I just put some blue around it so it could match because there was a lot of blue on this base page. You can see the gold, and then I had the butterfly, put her picture, and I love that quote. This little vine thing is just really simple, right? That's cute. These are, again, blank pages. And then this one, I just finished this actually. It started off with just these circles here and not as detailed. And I needed to do another design team submission. I stamped these leaves on a gel print that I thought, had some fall colors, because see how it has the greens, it has the orange. You can see the orange here, so it kind of had that fall feel, and I knew I wanted to play in my junk journal, so I'll do that a lot with the blank pages, where I'll go through and I'll see whatever I feel like working on, like this seems like it would coordinate, or whatever. And this one had the purple, and I thought it would coordinate, so I did add the orange to it, and a little bit of this gold, but it already had the purple and the yellow, and I thought it really went well with the fall theme. And then here on the tab, so you can see that, oh, that was a ticket. I don't know if you could see that. And I just covered it with the same paper that I used for the leaves and the pumpkins, and then added a couple of words. Made my own homemade little, geez, what are those called? Not pom-pom, but whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So here's the back of that, and look at how pretty this is. This is so bright, and I love teal and yellow together. Added some washi. These were single words, so I had to add or handwrite my own in, but I still like the way this looked. This is just some paper that I glued onto just to stiffen up this. I think it started off, yeah, this is just regular copier paper, and the drawing that my granddaughter did. She was 7, so now she's 10, so isn't that funny? I haven't done anything with that, but obviously whatever I do, I'm going to keep that on. And then I remember doing this page, or this 2-page spread. I think I was just building color and color and color, and it just got really ugly. A lot of times you'll hear me mention that I put white paint. So on this one I thought, I'm just going to do black. And then I got my white pen and then drew these mandalas. And then I wrote that quote, which I really like. That's pretty much every woman, right? I started adding color to this. And first I was just going to do pink. And then I added the yellow. And then I noticed, obviously the pink and the yellow, where it lined up or where it covered each other, it turned orange, and of course instantly you think rainbow. So that's why I continued the colors, and this ends up being kind of one of my favorite pages just because it's so bright and colorful and like really happy. I really like the envelopes with the windows because you can do something with this underneath, which of course I haven't done yet, but so I have a couple of things tucked in here. This giant card is what we used for my son's and my daughter-in-law's engagement party. On this little girly thing, it says under house arrest. You can barely see it, and that's why I wrote that in, because we really do. And this is just a jelly print, the back of that envelope added to that, and same thing corresponding. And then this was a piece that I did. It was a workshop, and honestly I don't like it, but I didn't hate it enough to throw it away. But so I did a tip in and tipped it in. Well, I have this picture from the wedding, and I like to add pictures in here every so often. Not all the time because it's not a photo album, but what are you gonna do with these photo strips? I already scrapbooked the wedding both for them and for us, and that didn't make it in there. So I thought that was fun in there. I thought it looked perfect. And this one I watercolored, just a little piece, junk mail. And then this was a journaling card where it said I love lists, and yes I do. So I documented a little bit of that with some added washi and a tab, and then I just did a little color mixing there and did a little stamp. And then I wanted to show you, so this one I'm gonna say it's done even though there's no quote or anything on it. But remember I talked about sometimes I'll work on something and I like it a lot and I'll make a copy of it. So that happened, so you could see that. And then I'm going to flip through. This was the second one. And I don't know if you could see that, but you see how it's this portion is that portion. This lines This heart was part of, oh, it's the bees section here. This heart is this heart. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Here's some more blank pages. This is what I like about the junk journal, because this was a receipt that I got when I ordered the, oh, what's it called? Origami owl. And so that was a receipt for that. And this is the back side, which I just covered with nothing. Maybe I was going to start something and never did until I added paint. But again, these are blank pages, so I still need to do things with there. And here's another one of those watercolor flower pieces. I did this one-line sketch during quarantine, April 4th, 2020. I don't really like it, but I don't hate it. So, and then, you know, what am I going to do with this? I don't know. We're going to figure that out. And look at how funny. There's that sunflower stamp again. It's funny how you repeat things and you don't realize it. I remember when I was making this, it was just all this color, and I thought, oh, it needs something. And I don't know if you can see those, but that strip of stars. Our library has a summer like reading thing, and it has a whole book review thing, so you're supposed to, you know, fill in the stars. So I just ripped that part off and added it. I can't wait for you to see that last video that I do when I show you some samples of junk that I've used for my junk journal. And I swear you'll start looking at everything differently, and you'll start saving a ton of stuff, because I have piles and piles and piles of things I can use for my junk journal that I really could probably make, 20 more junk journals and still have a ton of stuff. But, oh, that's it. That's the last page. And this will be the 6th signature, and I'll do this one next Wednesday. So please come back. Go to my blog again, www.craftsinthecommandcenter.blogspot.com. You can hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And if you hit the bell, you'll also get notified anytime I load another video. I'm really excited about this junk journal. I've been having a ton of fun with it. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.